Hi, my name is Kevin Thompson, and this is Group Three's presentation on why our company should adopt DevOps. Well, we're going to cover in the presentation today the financial benefits, the technical benefits, as well as the work environment benefits for our company. But let's start with the financial. First off, customer satisfaction. A happy customer is a return customer. If people are happy using our product because it works and it's what they want, they're going to keep using our product. So how does DevOps help in this? Well, we can help respond to customer feedback. We are in the cycle not only dealing with the developers, but we're also on the front dealing with the customers. We can then provide this feedback faster, more accurately, and in the end have less rework because we're changing it as it's being developed rather than developing something that we think they want, but they never wanted, and then now we have to go back and change it. So again, ultimately, we're giving the customer what they want. Now, there are two things we use to measure this, and that's the percent complete and the percent accurate. The percent complete means that when we deliver our product, it works. We don't need to change anything. We don't need to have bug fixes. We don't need to have any changes to it. And then we have the percent accurate. Is it what the customer wanted? And as stated, we can help with both of these things. Well, what does that result in? Less overhead. So now we're spending less money on bug fixes, on features that the customer never asked for and they're not using, and less time in production failures. This is because DevOps not only works with the devs and the customers, but it has a bigger picture of everything so that when something goes wrong, they're able to help swarm the problem. And that means we can spend more money on adding desired features, training our people, and that ultimately ends in doing it right the first time. So if we're spending more money on features that they want, we'll get more customers and we'll keep the customers we have. If we spend money on training our people and they're doing it right the first time, that feeds back into less bug fixes, less reworking things. And it also encourages our customers that we'll talk about later in helping our work environment. So I will now turn the time over to Hiram for the technical benefits.
Thanks, Kevin. Now I'll talk about the technical benefits that DevOps offers. DevOps is considered one of the best ways to properly integrate information security into everyone's daily work. It is enabled in the developer's productivity. This is a mindset that in software development, everyone is responsible for app security. Both the developers and the operations are focusing everyone on making better security decisions in order to produce safer software with greater speed and efficiency. Now we have reduction of technical debt, which is another subject that DevOps takes on. It brings automation, which is very important when it comes to reducing technical debt. It eliminates the overall total number of defects. It reduces test cycles and the overall software cycle. It also helps with early testing, a testing process that is not only executed in the beginning or in the end of the work process, but is used daily and throughout the development. If there are any issues with the product, the goal is to catch and resolve that issue before it is deployed. DevOps also brings A/B testing, which allows the testing of two variants, A or B. This testing method determines which of the two are the most effective and would appeal to customers the most, which also helps in bringing innovation to the product. Feedback is very important in preventing problems from surfacing again and again because it enables faster detection and recovery. Faster deployments. Now, not only does DevOps help to provide faster deployment, but better. Increased productivity is also what DevOps improves on. This principle can not only increase productivity in just a few, but all of an organization's technology values. Organizations have resolved work intakes and deployment process that have been problematic, and in doing so, they have been able to reduce code deployment lead times by 60% and reduce the number of production incidents by 60 to 90%. Single source of knowledge. The DevOps also allows branching. You can copy the source of coding to create two versions and develop separately. Branching is not in accordance with the continuous integration principle, and the code must be merged with trunk frequently and constantly in executable mode. Using APIs instead of coupling completely. There are two options when you want to add a new functionality to an old one. You can add new functionality into the old, but it could cause some ripple effects and do some damage to the rest of the function. It is very risky to do that. Second, you could also write the new code and add the old code behind an API. The new function can call on those APIs to get some of what they need from the old. The new code and the old code are not coupled, and the new coding has the API to help communicate with the old. The new will be independent from the old, and if something goes wrong, you will know that it has something to do with the new code. Well, I'll go ahead and pass it on to Kim. Thank you.
Thanks, Hiram. Both Kevin and Hiram have talked about the tangible benefits of adopting and using the DevOps principles. I'm going to talk to you about the intangible benefits of how an improved work environment really drives the technological and ultimately the financial benefits of adopting DevOps. A culture of cooperation and collaboration really does boost the confidence and morale of your employees. With process improvements, there is a general increase in productivity, and essentially, happy employees work harder. And when they have more efficient processes, there's a correlating boost in morale and confidence. Some of the factors that drive boosts in employee morale and confidence are enhanced experiences, creating a teach and learn culture. When process improvement is foremost in everyone's daily agenda, they're always asking themselves, how can we do this better? How can I learn to do this better? And how can I teach others to do the same? Creating a blameless culture, which means no more finger pointing. Having postmortems that are actually positive learning experiences that people actually want to come to and participate in. When people know that it's okay to make a mistake, they're more likely to admit them and ask for help. Recognizing that everyone has a voice and a unique perspective. Sometimes someone that's removed from the problem can see it from a different angle and actually might even miss things. Happy employees equals increased productivity. That's actually a tangible benefit. And one of those tangible benefits is a decrease in HR costs because the talent stays and everybody's happy. Increased efficiency. You know, when people talk about what's going on and how they can do it better, they're using the feedback loops the way that they're intended. They are taking that feedback that they're getting into consideration, and then they're able to streamline development. In conclusion, companies that adopt DevOps principles see an improvement on their revenue streams. They have improvements to their infrastructure and improvements to their culture. They have increased customer satisfaction, which increases their market share and allows them to have increased growth over time. They're getting the features and deployments out there faster, and their success rate is higher. They're spending less time on those legacy systems and maintaining them, handling support tickets, and putting out fires. There's an increase in efficiency and productivity, and an increase in employee morale, confidence, and retention. Remember, a happy employee is a productive employee, and a productive employee equates to higher revenues. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed our presentation on why you should adopt DevOps.